Hey, it's Ray here, and I want to make a quick video about a new program called YouSuite. Now, you may or may not have already seen the webinar. If you haven't, be sure to check out the webinar. It's on this page. You'll be able to watch that and really learn a ton about YouSuite. Now, what exactly is YouSuite? Well, it's actually two things in one. One, it's a software that's going to help you with your YouTube advertising, and we'll talk about that in a second. And two, it is a training that's going to teach you everything you've ever wanted to know about YouTube advertising, from creating your ads account to the types of videos you should create to the tag manager and everything in between. It is a really, really good training, and I highly recommend it. Even on its own, it's a tremendous product to get into. But with the software you're going to be able to take this even further. What the software does is it allows you to find all the popular videos that allow ads to be placed on them so that you can make sure that when you do YouTube advertising, you're not only targeting, let's say, your local area or maybe certain demographics, but you're placing your ads right on the very videos that people are most likely to watch. As an example of this, back a few years ago, we worked with a lawyer out in Boston, and at the time, the Red Sox, the Bruins, and the Patriots were all doing extremely well, and there was a ton of videos about them because they were all going for championships. And so what we did was we ran his ads locally in the Boston area, but on all those videos that were related to the Bruins, the Red Sox, and the Patriots, and the results were staggering. Not only did he get a ton of views, a ton of clicks, but he did it at a much lower price than when we just targeted locally. So a great way to be able to really start to blow your videos up, help your local businesses that you're working with, and really make a killing by being the best at YouTube ads. And it all starts with following not only the course, but using the software. So rather than talking about it, let's take a look at my review of YouSuite right now. Okay, so here is the inside of YouSuite, and to give you a quick idea of what this actually is, this is a program that helps you with your YouTube advertising to find popular videos to put your ads on so that you get more for your money. And there's a lot of different types of ads that you can run. For instance, in the escape rooms, when we run YouTube ads, we're running them mostly locally, so we want to make sure that we're targeting local people, but we can also incorporate videos with that as well. So for instance, if we know that we want to target people in the town of Loganville and Snellville, but we know that people who like cat videos are more likely to come to the escape room, then what we can do is we can target it to that local area and then make sure that our ads run on all the cat videos so that they're more likely to be seen by the people that want to come in. Now, that's obviously a silly example, but you get the idea. So what you want to do here is inside this program, what you're going to do is you're going to either create a project, you're going to search video, you're going to watch the ads training, which is very important, or use support or log out. So inside projects, what you're going to do is you're going to create a project for whatever you're doing. So for instance, when we did similar things for the lawyer up in Massachusetts, we would create a project for him, and then we would build it based on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a project here, and we're going to do this for, let's do it for Impossible Escape Hesperia, okay? And spell that correctly there. Whoops. Hit submit. Okay. And you can see now we've got one here that I built before, and now we've got one for Impossible Escape Hesperia, specific to that business. And so over here, you've got buttons. So this one here will allow you to edit that if you need to make any changes. Okay. And we don't need to, so we'll hit that. It's going to yell at us for not changing anything. And then we can come in here. If we click this here, this is going to allow us to add lists. So we're going to hit plus here. Okay, and we're going to give this list a name. So we're going to say Hesperia. Okay, and the reason I'm going to do that is because maybe I'm going to have one set that we do for Hesperia and one set for Victorville and one set for Apple Valley, which are the three towns in that area where this particular escape room is. Okay, so we'll call this one Hesperia. Now, what we want to do, and by the way, this could be something totally different. Like, for instance, we could say we want to run, let's say we've got 3 different escape room ads. One is for men who like sports, and we're trying to tell them, hey, rather than watching sports, come and play an escape room. We might have one for women that like cooking and say, hey, instead of cooking for the family, come out and do an escape room. So you could do it based on that too. So we could say something like sports, okay? And now we would have a list for things that are related to sports. And so what we would do now is we would actually create the list of videos that we want to do with this, okay? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go back here and we're going to do a search. I'm going to hit search video, and I'm going to start off looking for escape room content, okay? So I'm just going to type escape room. And you got some filters here if you want to use those. So if you want ones that are uploaded before 3/23/21, you can do that. You can change this to whatever date you want, or upload it after. So maybe you want to make sure that all of the videos that you're searching came out after 2017 or 2020 or whatever it happens to be. You can set that up in there. It's up to you if you want to do that. You can set the max results. Okay, so we could set it to 100. Well, in this case here, with this plan, we would have to upgrade for that, but you get the idea. You can select your country, you can select your language, and that will allow you to filter that out. But we're just going to do a search for the escape rooms here. And by the way, you can search videos, you can search related videos, and you can research just keywords. So we're going to do videos. We're going to look for videos that are about escape rooms. So we're going to click that here, and you can see it brings in a bunch of different videos. And we got 3 pages worth there. And inside here, you can change this, by the way. We know that there's 3 pages worth, so it's 30 or less. So we're going to hit 50, and that's just going to bring them all onto this one page. And in here, you'll get the title of the video. You can click on this to get more videos by hitting related videos. You're going to see the number of views, the number of likes, the dislikes, the comments, and the date it was published. And you can adjust based on any of these. So if you want to click on views and see which one has the most or the least, you can do that. Okay, and this is the one that has the most. So now what we want to do is we want to take and decide which videos make sense for us to run ads on. So this one here, Toy Master Escape Room Challenge. It is some sort of an escape room thing. And by the way, you can watch the video if you want to see what it is. But for this case here, we're going to say, yeah, that's probably a pretty good one to use because it's definitely got a lot of views. It's a little bit older, but that's okay. This one here is for the movie Escape Room. There are people that are probably still looking at that trailer, so maybe we'll keep that one in there. This one here, again, from 2018, but it's James Corden, who's fairly popular on late night TV. Beat any escape room. So there may be people that are, this is actually a really good one because these are 10 tricks and tips for solving an escape room. So that would make perfect sense that people that play escape rooms are going to watch that. I took Tom Holland to an escape room. Again, more entertainment type thing, but certainly could, people looking for escape rooms might do that. Now this here, Sidemen Escape Room. This one is, I believe, an actual escape room. So maybe we don't want to put ours on there. The Avengers Endgame Escape Room. Again, maybe we don't want to put ours on there. Do-it-yourself escape room. Can they build their way out? Yeah, maybe people that are interested in escape rooms would be there. Somebody that went into their first escape room. Okay. Locked in an escape room with James Charles, whoever that is. So sure, why not? And these are all the ones that have the most views, so that's a good thing. Everything Wrong with Escape Room, that's the movie, in 17 minutes or less. We could probably skip that one. May not make the most sense. Box Fort Escape Room, the movie. Again, maybe we'll skip that one. Escape the Dungeon Escape Room, sure, why not? How to Beat Escape Rooms. It's a little weird in there, but it's got a lot of views, and it's about beating escape rooms. It's fairly new, so we'll take that one there. So basically, you're going to go through and you're going to pick which ones make the most sense that you want to actually use, and it's based off of age, it's based off of number of views, number of likes, and whether the content really, makes sense for your particular subject, okay? And so these, I think, do. So now what we can do here is we can export the selected, we can export all, we can add to project, or we can copy them. So what we want to do in this case here is we want to add these to the project. Now, if you wanted to just export them, you could do that. Follow the trainings to know what to do next because you're going to take these and you're going to bring them into YouTube so that you can put them onto your different videos, when you're running your ads. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add these to the project so that we can use it later. We're going to go to Impossible Escape Hesperia and select the list. There it is. So we're going to choose, this one's going to be, we'll just call this one Hesperia, okay, because we're going to run our videos on that. It won't matter too much except that they're in that area and that it's escape room related. Again, for the sports one, what we might do is we might look up different types of sports videos and then run our ads on sports videos, okay, for those particular people in that area. Because again, once you get into YouTube ads, you're going to be still targeting your ideal target, but then you're going to put it on these videos that they're most likely to be watching. And so in our case with the escape room, we're going to target people in the Hesperia area, which would be all the cities around it, and on these videos, because people that are watching these videos are more likely to want to go to an escape room. Okay? And the great thing about these is this is showing the videos that allow ads. So it's very, very easy to be able to do that. So that's what this program does. And by the way, if you're wondering, yes, this is very similar to another program that we talked about back probably a year or two ago that I've been using, which was TubeTarget, which right now it kind of does the same thing. TubeTarget, of course, is much more expensive. This is on sale right now, so it's a great one to get to be able to do that. But once you have all of this, that's when you're going to go into YouTube, you're going to set up your ads, and then you're going to bring these as the videos that you want to put your ad on. Okay, so I wanted to switch over to Google Ads here for just a second, and I've created a little video campaign here, just a fake one, to kind of show you what we do with that. So I've already exported out the list from YouSuite. So these are the ones that we chose here from our placements, and we're going to come back in, create our ad here. I just called it test campaign. Set everything up like you normally would. This isn't meant to be a course on setting up the ads, just kind of showing you about the actual placements. But come in here and fill out all of your information, your campaign totals, your dates, where you want it to show. In this case here, we've got it set up locally because, like I mentioned, we're going to put it on specific videos, but then still only show it to people in this area. So it has to be people from this area watching the videos in the placements that we talked about, okay? You can enter a language down here. We can come down here. You can choose the inventory type. We just use standard inventory. I never usually change that. Coming down here, ad group name. It just threw in a name. We're just going to leave that. You can give that a specialized name. Like you may want to change that to like Hesperia placements, okay, since this is all going to be about placement ads. So you can do that, or you can just leave it, whatever makes sense for you. Down here, if you want to change your demographics, you can. In our case here, I'm really targeting local, so I'm not all that concerned about this. But if I was, for instance, if I knew, you know what, nobody over 65 ever does this, we can turn that off. Parents never do it, which is ridiculous, but you get the idea. You can change these up if you want to. We're going to leave that as is. In fact, we'll even leave the 65 plus on. And down here, if you want to add audiences, you can. Again, we're doing this based off of location, so we don't necessarily have to do this, but you could come in here and find things that make sense for that particular niche. Down here, if you want to do keywords, you can do that. You can also do topics. Again, I'm targeting local, so I'm going to leave that here. This is the part that we want to get into here, and this is the placements area, okay? So inside of placements, you're going to click this, and you'll see that you've got a few different options inside of here. So we're going to hit enter multiple placements, okay? And oops, click that there, sorry. And then we're going to paste these in, boop, just like so. And you can see it says add 10 placements, and it's going to add those in here. So here are the 10 videos that we brought in, and now our ad is going to run on these videos, okay? And they're only going to run on these videos when people from the area that we chose or whatever other settings that we did up here, whenever anybody that fits those settings watches one of these videos, that's when our video has the opportunity to be the one played there, okay? And so now down here, we're going to place, we're going to create bidding. So, we can put $1 is probably fine. It just depends. If you're in a really tough niche, you might want to go higher, but I'm going to leave it at $1, okay? And you can see down over here, available impressions based on your campaign settings, but not your budget, 29 million impressions for that $100. I mean, that's a lot of impressions. So that's really, really good here. And then down here, this is where you're going to create your video ad. So if you've got a video on YouTube already, you'll just paste that in here and set that up and then create your campaign. Now, as I've talked about this, I do want to show you that in here, when you go out to the main area in YouSuite, and I showed it to you briefly before, down here, you've got your ads training. You're going to learn what I just showed you in greater detail inside here. This is a phenomenal YouTube ads training. I was shocked at how good this really is. So you got your introduction here, why you should run YouTube ads. So all the basic things there, how YouTube ads work. And then once you start getting down here, how to create your Google Ads account if you don't have one already, the dashboard overview, tag manager setup. This is really cool. Most YouTube courses that I've been through, they don't really talk much about the tag manager. This is really important for being able to track your conversions and whatnot. So be sure to watch this one here. Down here, how to add the Google Tag Code Manager to your website, YouTube ad formats. You've got curating monetization, embedded videos manually. Then you got curating videos using software, which is the software we have. That's the cool part. In here, video ad scripting. So this is all about how to create your videos. Okay, video ad scripting and framing part 2. How to create videos for your YouTube ads. Your first YouTube ad placement campaign. So this is what basically I just went over a second ago when I showed you my ad account here. So this is going to show you that, but in greater detail and really go through every piece of that, okay? Down here, special bonus trainings coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. So all of those are coming soon, but this ads course is really, really good. So be sure to go through it. Even if you think you know a lot about YouTube ads, go through it because things have changed. So if you did a course last year, there might be things that are a little bit different. Again, the tags manager's in here and just a lot of really good detail. So it's actually a very, very good course. So highly recommend that you check that out while you're doing this as well. So overall, if you are looking to run ads, YouSuite is an awesome tool, and because it's on sale, you get to get this just like some of the other softwares that are out there, but at a fraction of the price during the launch. Plus, you get a really good ads training course, plus, of course, all my bonuses. Well, what do you think? YouSuite, pretty darn sweet. Anyway, if you want to be able to start doing YouTube ads like you are the true professional in your area, well, I highly recommend that you check out YouSuite. Not only is the training really, really good, but the software is going to help you to lower your ad costs, get more views, and really set yourself apart as the YouTube ads expert in your field. So be sure to check out, again, the webinar that's on this page. Check out the bonuses, which are down below, and there are a ton of those, including some that are going to help you even more with YouTube. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. On this page, you're going to see the money-back guarantee that they have. You're going to see the upsells and all that other fun stuff. So be sure to check all of that out. And again, any questions, let me know. And I hope you have a good rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon.